Yeah, good. It's a beautiful morning. I think we can proceed to the second part because we were done with the budget. So today we are going to start with another chart. We see how these will uh, take us. So let me share the screen. Okay, just confirm from my side if you can see my screen. Just to
Yeah, yeah.
okay, good.
I can see it's okay.
Okay, good. So now this is now the opener page. So I am expecting also from your side to have the same page, but now from your side you'll just be seeing the one chart we created yesterday about Tableau week 1.
Yes.
Yep, so you're supposed to
Yeah.
click on that now. So we are not going to import the data for the second day because you already have the data in this workspace. So we're just going to open that. So just click on it, and then you
Yeah, I
give
have
it, yeah,
clicked.
yeah, then you give it time to load. Yeah, just give it a few seconds to load so that we can proceed from there. So mine is already loaded, so I don't know from your side if you have the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So this is what we
Yours
managed.
is still, yeah.
Okay, so this is what we managed to create yesterday. So today we are going to create a new thing because at the end we want to create a dashboard, and also we want to create a story using the data, so that you can do the presentation together. A dashboard, maybe we can use it to automate. We just assuming we are going to automate this work. So number one, it was average sales by category. So the second objective of today, what we'll be doing in this work, will be trying to create a line to show the profit trend over time. So we want to see the profit for this company over the time. So anytime you'll be dealing with date or yeah, date data, it is easier for you to create something like a trend line to show how things or how profitability or how maybe the profit of this company has been moving over time. So we are going to use now the date and the profit. It is just simple as that. So what we're going to do, number one thing is to confirm if we have the date column or the date dimension, and also the profit. So when you go to the dimension we say this is the first category in blue. These one which are in blue, these are the dimensions. This is where we are going to find the date. In this case, what I'm able to see is the order date, and the order date is shown or presented using the calendar. So it is a date.
Okay.
Yeah, it is a date. That is the first thing. I've observed my date. Then we also have another one like shipment date. So in this case, I think there is a project we can do, but this one will come later, where we will be trying to predict maybe, or we'll be trying to understand how much does it take for this company to ship good from ordering date to shipment date, because we can see the shipment date and the ordering date. In this case, we'll be trying to investigate or to understand what is the average ordering date for this company. So if this is an e-commerce company and I order a product today, for example, I order a laptop, HP laptop from this company today is 29th. So maybe I can expect it after 2 days, so that will be maybe by date one I'll be having that laptop. So we want to see what is the average ordering date for this company. Is it 4 days? Is it 2 days? Is it 1 days? And then from that information, we'll be able to understand their time taken to import those goods or to deliver those goods that are ordered by customer. Yeah, it will help the company to be prepared in terms of OTIF, what we call it, the ordering time, because most of the customers complain about delivery time. Because for example, if you order something from Jumia today and then maybe you wait for 2 weeks, at the end there'll be inconvenience. You'll not be happy. So we are trying to understand what is the average ordering date for that company. So that is the project we'll do it later, maybe the week next week there. I think so. So we can start today by creating a line chart. Just give it a title. That is the first thing. You open a new worksheet. You can go at the top, file data worksheet. You click on worksheet, new worksheet, or at the bottom. So the first one, the one that like a square with a positive sign, that is for new worksheet. The second one is for dashboard, new dashboard. The third one is for a new storyline. So we are just in the worksheet now. You can click this one or you go at the top. So you give it a title, a line chart. We are going to create a line chart today. Yeah. Let me know if you're done with the title so that we can proceed to the next one. I think we have also started with confirming if we have those columns and if they are correctly classified, the order date and then the profit, their dimensions, and we have numeric values. So if you're done with that, let me know so that we can proceed to the next step.
Yeah, I have created
The
the
title.
line chart. Yeah, and I've indicated line chart.
Okay, good. So now we are going to deal with the order date and the profit. So what we are going to do in this case, you can go to where you have the order date. Now you can drag or drop it to where we have the rows or the columns. But now the date is always on the x-axis. So under
Yeah,
when it comes to x-axis, that will be under the columns or under the rows. Something else you can do, you can go to where you have the order date name, you right click on it, and then you say add to the sheet. Still another option you can use instead of dragging, add to the sheet. So you just right click and then you say add to the sheet, and then you wait for Tableau to pre-process.
okay.
You see the Tableau will classify it in the columns because in Tableau when it comes to column, those are the x-axis. Like it appear like the x-axis, but they are columns. You see they are columns because the appearance of date should be maybe on the x-axis aligned. So those are for the columns now when it comes to Tableau. So you can see the company started operating in 2014 to 2017 according to this data. So that one is true.
Yes,
So in this case, we want to understand something. What has been like, what was the profit in 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017? Also, can we forecast maybe this profit in the next maybe 3 months from 2017 January maybe? What will be the profit in the next maybe by April, something like that? We're assuming because this is not a little data, because if it was a little data we'll also be doing the same thing. So in this case what we can do, we can see this data is alleged in years 2014, 2016, 2017. What if we want to see this data in months, for example 2014 up to 2015, but we want to see what was the profit for December 2014? How can we do that? So how to do that, to change all those things, you go to the columns, because at the column at the top where you dropped year ordering date, we have a drop down icon. So you click on that, drop down icon. When you click on that drop down icon, now you can play aloud with that data. So as you can see here, so when you go at the bottom, I want to explain few things. At below where we have standard Gregorian, we have year. So what we're able to see, year is selected. This dot means we have selected the year, because what we're able to see from just the data we dragged, we just see it in years. So if you want to see in quarter, you can select quarter and then you see that data in quarter. Let me just click on quarter and you see the changes. You see the changes.
yes,
So I go back again, drop down arrow, I can click on month. I just click again and you see I managed to change that data in months. So I hope you are able to identify the differences. Even if I click on days, I'll be able to see in days. So there is also more information. You can click on week numbers if you want to see these in weekly or week numbers. If I want to see in weekdays like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I can also customize this information. I hope the first explanation is okay. But now there is a difference between the first one, the one that I was explaining, and the one that is below it. Like the one that is below it, what you're able to see now from quarter, you'll be seeing like Q2 and the year. The first one, you are just seeing the quarter. For example, if I click the quarter, you are just seeing the quarter Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, but you cannot tell, was this 2017, was this 2015, was this 2014. So let me click on drop down again. But now when I go to where we have this line separating the two, I go to the quota. Now the quota for the second part, it has Q2 but also added something year 2015. So let me select this one and I see. So now you can see the difference. So this we have a quota but 2014. We have a quota 2 but 2015. We have a quota 2 but 2016. Now the question is, will you prefer the first one or the second one?
I think the second one because it shows the years.
Yeah, the years, definitely. So this is now what we are going to
Mm,
use. We'll be selecting the month for the second one, month
yeah,
and the year.
yeah,
Yeah, so you select month and the year. So that is the best one to use because that it will make your work easier when it comes to explanation, when you want to give more ideal clarity on what is happening. So month, order date. I've explained that and why we use it. I'm done with that. So I've just selected the month and the order date. So you're able to see the month and the year, the month and the year. Now that is what is supposed to be on the columns. So now we need to add the profit because we want to understand how maybe the profit was moving from time to time. So I go to where I have the profit. You can right click and you say add to the sheet, or you can drag and drop to where we have the loads. Is that okay?
yes.
So now we have something like that. So I hope you're able to see at the bottom we have
Month of order date.
yeah, month of full date. Yeah, when you hover allowed, when maybe we can change instead of using the sum profit, we use the average profit.
Yeah,
Yeah, you go to drop, this is what we are doing like yesterday. You go to drop down arrow,
yes.
you go to measures, and then you select
Average.
average. Yeah, that will be the repetition all the time. Yeah, average profit. So anytime you'll be doing something like that, it is something like that. So there is something else I would like now to show you. You can do other things in this chart. So apart maybe pinpointing the insights. So where we have the 2014, when you try to hover around this point, you'll be seeing positive and negative signs. You see this one?
Yes,
So when you click on negative, you can change this maybe from, you take it from month to year to quarters to days. Let me click on it and you observe what will be happening on the title of month of orders. So let me click negative, you see, quarter of order
yeah,
date. So instead now going to the columns and changing that, you can be able to change it directly at the bottom. So now this is the profit in quarters, average profit in quarters. I can click the negative again. So now that is the average profit in years. You see, you're able to see which year we had recorded highest profit, of which it appeared to be 2016. See, that is true. That is
yeah,
the
yeah,
year we had achieved the highest profit. So that is the last one. I can click now the positive one to go back to maybe days, months, something like that to return it back. So positive, the first one is quarter of profit, quarterly profit. We have a monthly profit. Let me click plus again. We have week of order date. So now that is the average weekly profit. So I hope you're able to see the week that we had so much profit. The week is January 25th January 2015. We had negative. We managed to record maybe a negative profit of maybe allowed 135. So this was like we didn't make any profit. We were just making losses in this month. So we have this one also where we maybe recorded the highest average profit in terms of weekly. It was week October 2nd. It is week 2 Yeah, week two, that one of 2016, something like that. I think it is week one because it is October 2nd. That will be week one, I think so. Something like that, if I'm not wrong. So we recorded an average profit of 305 for 300. So we have other where we are recording negative. So I can go back to the positive one. I can play it aloud and click the positive one again, and I see the day of the order date. So in this
Yeah.
case, it's the profit in days. So and that's why you see the differences. You see? So in the month of January, meaning this company was not performing well. January 2015, things were not good. So this one is about the profit. It is in 2016 appear like the month the year that the company was doing very much better. So I click the positive again. I think I'm supposed to take it back to month, because in this case we said we are just interested with months. But now this is good when this is like significant when you are doing the presentation. I hope you have mastered that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, when you're doing the presentation, maybe your manager want to see what was the sales in weekdays, in days, in month, in years, in quarter, something like that. That's how the line chart can be able to maybe like compress this into one thing. So we are done with this. Something else now we need to do when it comes to this one is what we call the formatting. And maybe now the insights. The insights will be like the highest month we made the average profit, or the like where we had recorded the lowest profit in this case in terms of negativity, and we are able to see it is month of January 2015, of which then you have to indicate the amount of profit we recorded. It was negative uh, 57, of which that is a negative, of which it was a loss. The highest one is in 2016, where we recorded an average profit of 83, something like that. So we have October 2016, and also we have March 2015. So those are some of the insights, because that's now what you can report when it comes to trade of the data. And there may be other insights maybe which you'll be able to detect in this case. So after that, I would like to point something else when it comes to formatting. Now we need to format this line. We need to add data labels to the line. We need to format the background. So what we are going to do first, we are going to add data labels to this line, because I want to see, instead of just hovering aloud, I want to see, like when I just try to view everything, I'll be able to see, to detect very fast what was this lowest point here. So when we talked about adding data labels, we said we'll be using the mark pen most of the time to do the data formatting. So in this case, we want to add labels for months or for profit. We want to add labels for profit, just profit, nothing else. So we go to profit, we have the profit, we drag and we drop it to where we have the labels. Under the mark pen, we drag and drop it to where you have the labels. The same thing we did to the bar chart yesterday. So what I have done, I've went to profit, I drag the profit, and I drop it to where you have the labels. Meaning of the label is like when you drag something to the label, you'll be able to see those labels in the chart. It's just that simple. Anytime you'll be ready, like you'll be interested to add labels, that's what you do all the time. Is that one okay?
Yes. Yes. It's
So in
okay.
this case, you're able to see those labels in the chart. You're also able to see where we had recorded the highest. So, but now we need to convert it to the average, because the line is about the average profit. We are not using the sum.
Yeah.
So that in case we said of consistency. So we just
Yeah.
go to the drop down arrow, the measure value, I convert it to average. Now we are able to see of which now is giving us the correct or the accurate thing. That is the average profit. Is that okay up to that point?
Yeah. Yeah. It's okay.
So something else I would like to add is, for instance, if you want to change the size of the line, and also you want to change the color of the line. So this is what we said. If you want to change the size, you go still to the mark pane, you can see the size. So this says the size bar, or the size pane, or the size box is used to change the size of the line. So you click on it. So when you click on it, I can hover aloud to the left or to the right. If I want to increase to the left, if I want to decrease, if I want to increase to the right, if I want to decrease to the left. So in this case, I want to
Yes.
increase, so I'll drag it to the right, a bit to the right, and then the size of the line will change. You can take it up to this bigger. You see how the line will be changing?
Yeah.
Yeah, now it will depend with maybe what you want, something which will be a bit easier to detect. I think I'll take it. I'll prefer that one up to that point. So it will
Yeah.
depend with you
Mm.
uh, on how you see it, something like that. I hope that one is okay. So something else,
Yeah.
yeah, something else I would like to get it from you. Would you prefer to use which color, the blue one, or which color can we use uh, to represent the profit? Because these are the things which also maybe we have to master. For example, if you are dealing with the deaths, it will always be good, or something which maybe are dealing with death. Mostly we prefer using lead line, something like the lead. So when it comes to profit, which color will you maybe prefer from your side? Is it blue or any other color? Which other color, for example?
You can use the orange one.
The orange.
And you can use red for the losses.
Yeah, something like that. So, and then if you want to change it now the color, maybe I just want to pinpoint, because for mine I'll just be using this blue. So you go to the color box, you click on that color box, and then you just select the color that you want. For example, if you want red, just click on it, it will just change automatically. If you want to change it to something like this, you want to change it to green, if you want to change it to maybe something like this one, what is already presenting. If you want more, you can click more colors and then you select here. For example, you can hover aloud with this one, you select your own color, something like this, and then you click OK. You see, apart from that, you can click more. You can use the hexa, those hexa something called HTML codes. So you search, for example, a color code online from the Google, and you paste it here. It must start with hash sign, and then you paste it there, and then you click OK. It will be another method to maybe select the color that you prefer. I hope I'm clear up to that point. You say,
Yes, you're clear.
yep. Okay, good. So if I'm clear up to that point, uh the next thing maybe we can do to the slide chart is adding a title. So you remember how we added the title the last time? There is no formula like for, I'm just trying to follow, like to use maybe the first or the to use the shortcut, maybe to finalize it very fast. So to add a line chart, you just double click on the line chart title. We did this yesterday. So and then we said the first thing you are supposed to do is to delete. That's what we said, is to delete what is here. So you can,
Yes.
yeah, you can delete it. You can change the font that you want to use. This one I prefer using just 15. I just make it bold and I'll place it at the center. So the title will be profit trade over time. This card, profit trade over time. And then maybe color. If I want to choose color, I can use the darker one, and then I can apply first to see the appearance, and then I click OK. Good. Up to that point, any question?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
okay. Mm.
Okay, yeah, good. I hope you have noted about the color, about the size, about the labels. Something else, something else I would like to introduce to you is, for example, when you'll be doing the presentation, you'll be hovering aloud here. For example, you'll be showing your manager in the month of October 2016, we made an average profit of 83. maybe 83K or 83,000 or 83 US dollars, something like that. We made a profit of this one. But now I would like to see, for example, the wording that you can see here when I hover loud. This one, I want to see them, for example, the month of date to be something like to be maybe another, maybe faded color and a big larger, and then the average profit to be bigger. For example, if someone was sitting maybe far, he can be able to, or she can be able to see the figure very well. So in this case, we use what we call the formatting of tooltip. We use the tooltip most of the time to format this, and the tooltip is in the mark pane. So this is the mark pane, this one, where we have the color size, the rainbow details tooltip. So you click on tooltip. Maybe we can click on tooltip and we try to see. So when you click on tooltip, you are able to see those wording that I was talking about. Is it true?
Yes.
So you can see the month of date, because when I was hovering around here, what I was able to see is the month of date, then the month of date would appear here. So for example, I would like to change this where we have the month of date here. I highlight it, month of date, where it starts with these operators. Yeah, the greater and the less one, something like that. So where it is that and where it crosses, you highlight that one, and then you can increase the size. Instead of 10, maybe we make it 12. You see it is enlarging. And then
Yes.
color, maybe you can make it more darker, more black, something like that. The font, I would like maybe to change the font to maybe it a blue light, something like that, to make it lighter at least. So something else I would like to change is for average profit. So now this one is the big thing that you want people to see first. So I'll make it maybe size 20 to be bigger. And then the color for this one, I can choose red. Maybe something that people can detect from far. So it doesn't matter because it will just be appearing when I'll be hovering around the line chart. So it's not something that will appear without hovering. So I think that one is okay. Something I can do before even I click OK is to preview, because I want to see before if this one is okay before even I click OK. So I click preview. So you see, when I click preview, this is what I'll be seeing. But now I want, or what I have noted, I need to make maybe this average profit to be in bold. I don't know if it is in bold or not. Yeah, it was in bold. So maybe also I can increase the size also up to 24. Let me take it to 24 and I preview again. You see, something like this. So now what we'll be seeing is January, month of date, January 2014, then this one. So something else I have noted, even before I click OK, I can delete the first word, month of date. Just need to remove it, and then I can remove also the average profit. There is no need for me like seeing all those, and I know this is the month of date and I know this is the average profit. Now I can preview again. So when I preview again, you're able to see those wording have disappeared. Is that okay up to that point?
Mm. Yeah, yeah, it's okay.
Then we click OK. So when I click OK now, I need to see which was this month where we made the losses. So I come here. So when I'm hovering allowed, you're able to see it is January 2015, and the losses is allowed 67, 57, average of 57. The same time when I change it to date, maybe I can change it to week numbers. So when I hover allowed here, we'll be seeing it's October week 2 2016, and the average profit was 305. You see, something like that. So is that one okay up to that point?
Yeah,
So now,
it's okay.
yeah, so now I want you to tell me what is remaining. What can we do to this chart that we need to maybe to format it to be a bit to be looking nice? Yeah, because we have the insights already. So what can we do from what we did yesterday? Maybe I want to see if you can remember.
We change the backgrounds,
Yeah, we
the
change the
green
back.
lines.
Yeah, we change the background. Yeah, and also maybe the font for the x and y axis. So what we can
Yeah.
start with is changing the font. So when you try to change the font of the worksheet or the pane, you right click inside the pane and you choose format. There is no other formula, it's just that one. You just right click and then format. So when you select format solely, you are going to see the changes that will be maybe occurring on the left
Yeah.
part. So in this case, you make sure it is A, which is the font selected, because you want to change the font for X at the Y axis and also the font for these numbers. Then make sure it is sheet that is selected, because if you select rows or columns and then you try to format it, nothing will be happening. There will be no changes. So make sure it is the worksheet that is selected, then default one, then worksheet. So for worksheet, what font is selected here is Tableau book. In this case, maybe I prefer using Tempers, Sanity, something like that in my side, but in your side you can select any other. So that may be my taste. You can select any other. Maybe 9 will be okay. I make it maybe darker and then maybe bold. Let me see if I make it bold, but not a must bold. You can make it something like that dark and then maybe we increase the size to 10. Let me see. Yeah, something like that. But now that's depend with you. You can use any other type of color, maybe even green. So depend with you. LED. So depend with you what you'd maybe like. Yeah, these are things that I cannot maybe suggest for you. This only depend with me. So for me, I'll just go with dark, something like that. So that's according to me. So according to you, maybe I don't know how you are going to do it. Something else, I would like to remove these thread lines, these lines, or I can leave it in this case because they'll assist me to detect very easily it lies in which average. So I can leave the thread line in this case. So maybe the background color of which I'll go to, apart from A, which is the font, the second one is alignment. I'll go to shading. Yeah,
Shading.
I click on shading. I make sure it is sheet selected, default worksheet, because what I want to format is the worksheet. Make sure I you are emphasizing on this, because sometimes you'll be trying to format and nothing will be happening. So you must make sure that the light part is selected, the default worksheet, because this is the worksheet itself. So the worksheet, and then I choose the color that I want. Maybe I can use this one. Now things are changing, or I can use this one, or I can select this one. It's all depends. You just play around with the color to decide the one that we're going to use at the end. You see, it's all depends with you. Yeah, maybe I'll use that one in my side. I'll decide to use that one. Yep, I decide to use that one, and I think that one is okay. I'm done with those formatting. I click the X to remove the shading. So now this is the line chart. It shows the profit trend over time. So profits trade over time, not over a month or over a year or over something, because you can play around with a positive and a negative sign. So is that one
Yeah.
okay up to that point?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, good. Now we are done with the trend line. But now there is something else I would like to show you. For example, I'll duplicate this chart because we still have like 15 minutes to go. I can duplicate this. How to duplicate this? You go to the line chart at the bottom where you have the title, you right click. When you right click, you can duplicate. Duplicate. I just select duplicate, like to have a copy of the same. Is that okay?
Yes.
Good. So if you duplicate, I want us to do a forecasting or a trade. We can do a trade line and a forecasting in the same case. So I'll rename it again, maybe because maybe instead of renaming line chart 2, I'll call it a predictive line. Maybe predictive. Yeah, predictive. We call it what? Predictive trade line. Yeah, let me just call it that. Yeah, predictive trade line, because we want to predict the profit, for example, for the next maybe 1 month, something like that. Any question, Hussein?
No, no any question, but I think Yeah, you have recorded, isn't it?
Yeah, I've recorded. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Up to
I
that.
hope I will do it when you finish.
Okay. Okay. So I think yesterday I didn't. I need to. I think I can. I can do what we call it. What? The one for zipping. If I zip, I think it will just take few MBs. See that it's in there.
Yeah, I've seen yesterday I had some challenges
Yeah, because the data was a
when
bit
I'm
big.
downloading the recording.
Yeah, yeah, the data was a bit. I think it
Yeah.
was about 800 MBs, of which those are so you need data mingi. So today I'll try to zip it. I see if it will just take
Mm.
few MBs. Yeah, I try to
Okay.
do that. All what I can do, because we have we have a YouTube channel. Maybe I can compress it and upload it in YouTube, and then I share a link with you, because that one will consume maybe like maybe at even 50 MB, something like that, instead of using 800 MBs, of which that's so much.
Yeah, that is better.
Yeah. So we want to now to do the predictive analytics. We want to just create a predictive line here to maybe to predict in the next 3 months. So in this case, I want you to note this one. At the top where we have the file data worksheet dashboard, below it we have icons or the symbols here. Then below it we have data, and then for the data is what is selected here. We are able to see the data we are using. Title is Tableau week 1. This is the title we give to our data, and then we have those information in the data. So you can also select analytics now when you want to do the deeper advanced analytics
Mm.
now in Tableau. So we have something like constant train, average train, median with quartiles, box plots, you can create them. So that is when you are dealing with summarizing your data. So now when it comes to model, when you want to create a model, for example, average with 95% confidence interval, median with 95 confidence interval, trend line when you want to create a trend line, when we want to create a forecasting line, when we want to create what we call cluster analysis, or when you want to cluster. For example, in this case, we have customers data. You want to cluster your customers, maybe depending on their maybe preferences or product they are buying. So in this case, you'll be creating what do you call like a cluster analysis. Maybe you can do more research on it. It's a good project you can do in Tableau, and also you can add it also in your portfolio. You have managed to perform cluster analysis. You can be able to perform forecasting analysis. You can be able to perform predictive, where we are doing like trade line. So in this case, we'll start with a trade line, the first one that we are doing. Trade line to predict maybe the profit, the average profit in the next few days. So I'll go to trade line, where you have the trade line here. What we do in this case, you'll drag it to the pane, where we have this pane, where we have the trade line we created. So you just drag it, you see, when I'm dragging it,
Yes.
even before I drop it, you'll be able to see some types of lines here. We have linear, as you know, we have logarithmic, as you know, we have exponential, we have polynomial, and we have power. Before even I drop this line, I have to understand maybe my chart, how it appears. Is it linear? Is it logarithmic? From what we are able to see, is it no, from what the Tableau is trying to predict for me is telling me this line is not logarithmic, it is not it's not power. But what I can do in this case, my line can be linear, it can be exponential, it can be polynomial. Now it is upon me to decide, and what I'm able to decide, because we have like the from the trade, it appears to be like linear from a case. So you just drag and drop it to where you have the linear, the first one. But you can also drag it to exponential, the polynomial, to test and see. It's all depends with you and the decision that you make at that time. So I drop it there. And when I drop it there, you can be able to see the trend line. So the trend line, what we'll be seeing is what we call the y is equals to mx plus c in this case, where we say if you want to predict the profit now, you have your mx plus c, where c is the constant figure that does not change. The constant figure which does not change is around 297. That will be the c, the constant figure. Mx. So mx, we have, what does m represent at x? We have the gradient, and maybe now the figure that will be introducing. So the gradient is 0.00766. That also will not be changing. What will be changing now is the month of the date. For example, if I multiply this number by the month of the date, I'll be able, and then I add plus this one, I'll be able to get the average profit for that month. So we also have the R squared is here and the p-value. So something else now I would like you to do research on it, and I would like to get like conclusion from you tomorrow is about the significance of R squared and the p-value in this case, and what conclusion can we make in this case. Was this significant or insignificant? Something like that. So maybe that is where we'll start tomorrow, and I'd like to get to get it from you in this case. So that's how we do. So if you want to describe the line, sorry, so that is the line. It appear like that. When you hover aloud, you're able to see it, something like that. But if you want to maybe to get more information like of what I was trying to explain about R squared and the p-value, you can right click on the trend line. So when you right click on it, you can see describe the trend line, format if you want to format the trend line. If you want to edit, you want to describe the trend model. So in this case, I'll start with the first one, describe the trend line. Click on it. And another tab will appear with few information. Should be appearing. I don't know why. Or mine is just hanging aloud. Should be appearing. Oh yeah, there is an error. So let me try again. Sorry, let me try again. So maybe there was an error. Right click, describe the trend line. Hope now it works. That's my so I hope now it works. It seems it will also hang aloud. Yep, not working. So maybe I can use the second one. Let me see if I say describe the trade model. Let me see if that one will work. If it will not work, sometimes it will work, sometimes it will not work. So in this case means I need to update, or maybe I need to refresh the data again and say. But that's how we do it. For example, you might try this from your side and then it will work, but it might work, but now from my side you see it misbehaving, but sometimes it should be working. So that's how we create a trend line. So maybe I would like maybe to know if this one is significant or not. Hussein, what's this?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, is it important from your side?
Yeah, very important.
Okay, good. Now maybe we can do the forecasting. We just duplicate the line chart, the first one. The line chart, the first one, we duplicate it and then we call it forecasting. Forecasting line. Then this in this now we still do the same. We go to analytics at the top. And then now we choose forecasting. We drag and drop it here. Forecasting is just one. You drag and drop it here. Now will be the differences. When it comes to forecasting, we have the actual and the estimate. See, that one is true.
Yeah.
So you see the model, the data was up to 2017, November 2017, but this model,
Mhm.
this forecasting is able to predict for me for 2018 up to yeah, for 2018, just 1 year, for 2018 January up to December. So this is how the model
Yeah.
is predicting, like, sorry, I think I click somewhere. Yeah, this is how the model is telling me. This is the prediction. You can edit them. So for example, you can right click on it and you try to do some formatting. We see some formatting. You want to add macros, you want to show them, you want to add I'll show you more about annotations. So something like that. But in this case, for example, when I click format, so you can format the model, you can change the color, something like that. But now this is now the forecasting for the next 1 year. The forecasting for the next 1 year. For example, we go to forecast. So we have the forecast because this is a forecast we are using. We want to show the forecast options. So click on forecast options and then in this case now you can change automatically. It is predicting exactly 1 year. So you see, automatic months is
Yeah.
just 1 year. For example, if you can change maybe exactly, we say exactly 1 year, it will give us something like this. For example, if you want to change it to maybe days or hours or even minutes, if you want to predict the next maybe 5 minutes, you can do it. Months, so it's just say we predict for the, you see, for prediction for 1 month, maybe we increase this to maybe 3 months, and then fill in with the missing value in case we had any missing value. We also have what we call the 95 confidence interval. So these are things that I would like you to do more research on, or maybe like to maybe get more understanding from your side. Why is it like, what is the meaning of why are we using 95 confidence interval, not 90, not 99% in this case when you're trying to forecast? So I'd like to know the differences of these one, and also the conclusion when it comes to trade line, the value of r squared and the p value. So you just take note on that. So that's how you can play around with it. I know this is an important session, and we have covered three things today: line chart, forecasting, and the predictive trade line. So maybe if there is no question from you, we can call it a day. I'll I'll save this session and then share the link with you for the recording in order for you to practice from your side. Any question or any comment, Hussein, so that we can end the session on time?
Thank you, Robin. I think that today we did a lot,
Yeah,
and I will do before I just leave it as quickly as you send the recording.
yeah.
I have to do also mine and then save it. Do we save this or it is just remain like this?
Yeah, it will be saved, but it is good at the end you save. It's good to save when you're done. And to save you can use, I
Okay.
think is it this one? I think there is a tab you can use here. We go to data again. When you go to data, it should be this. Yeah, you can use this one. Yeah,
Okay.
you can just be clicking that one. When you click on
Oh,
it, it will be
that's
saved
okay.
automatic. Yeah, and it will be, because we
Yeah, I
already
know it will.
saved. Yeah,